Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I feel like I'm having a super textural, I guess that's where day to day. I was out gardening. I don't know, something about that was affecting me, like good and bad. I was pulling this ornamental grass, and the blades were so sharp. I was like, ah. But then I was pulling this really fine grass, and I was like, oh, that's nice. And then I came up here, and this material, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta touch this for a minute. Anyway, that's weird. So I have here the new poetry book, which we have featured now. How many times? 3? I think 3 times. Copyright 1917, and it is the new poetry, which is kind of fun. What was new in 1917? Now, heck, if I remember what we have read previously. I wonder what this I Am the Wind. Let's take a look at that. That says page 3. I'm not familiar with Conrad Aiken. Oh no, it's this person. Zoe, wait. A-I-A-K. Okay, Zoe Atkins. I am the wind that wavers. You are the certain land. I am the shadow that passes over the sand. I am the leaf that quivers. You, the unshaken tree. You are the stars that are steadfast. I am the sea. You are the light eternal. Like a torch, I shall die. You are the surge of deep music. I but cry. Hard to say if that's a love poem or a religious poem. Conquered, O pale, O vivid dear, O disillusioned eyes forever near, O dream arise. I will not turn away from the face I love again. I loved again. Your beauty may away my life with pain. I read that wrong. Your beauty may sway my life with pain. I will drink the wine you pour. I will seek to put asunder our ways no more. Oh love, oh wonder. I have a feeling these are religious in nature. I don't know. What else do we have here? Who is this? John Warren Beach. I'm not familiar. It says Rue Bonaparte. You that but seek your modest rolls and coffee, when you have passed the bar and have saluted its watchful madam, then pray enter softly the inner chamber, even as one who treads the haunts of mating birds, and watch discreetly over your paper's edge. There in the corner, obscure, ensconced behind the uncovered table, a man and a woman keep their silent tryst. Outside the morning floods, the pavement sweetly. Okay, let me reread that. Outside, the morning floods the pavement sweetly. Yonder aloft a maid throws back the shutters. The huckster utter modulated cries, as wistful as some old pathetic ballad. Within, the brooding lovers, unaware, sit quiet hand in hand, or in low whisper, communicate a more articulate love. Sometimes she plays with strings and, gently leaning against his shoulder, shows him childish tricks. She has not touched the glass of milk before her, her breakfast and the price of their admittance. She has a look devoted and confiding, and might be pretty were not life so hard. But he, gaunt as his rusty bicycle, that stands against the table, and with features so drawn and stark, has only futile strength. The love they cherish in this stolen meeting, through all the day that follows, makes her sweeter, and him, perhaps it only leaves more bitter. But you that have not love at all, old men, that warm your fingers by this fire, discreetly play out your morning game of dominoes. I feel like I have to reread that. Not right now, but I think it's about a woman, a sex worker maybe. She's at because they say, you've passed the bar and saluted its watchful madam. And it seems like it's like a young guy who can't afford to, marry this woman. So she works there, and he is out on his rusty bicycle, probably doing whatever, delivering papers or something. But they're in love, and in the morning they meet up, right? Don't you guys think? I think that one was really pretty. So that was nice. I'm going to take a little break from this to pull up the last time I made a video reading the new poetry book. I said feel free to put in comments any thoughts or questions or anything. And so I'm going to pull them up and see what you guys asked. And we can read them and see. But if you have any questions for me or thoughts, I'm not saying I will answer them, but if I can, if I'm comfortable. Okay, hold on, let me pull it up. I should have done this beforehand. All right. Hopefully you guys don't mind if your username shows, because it does in the comments anyway. All right. First person, Kate, says, perfect for nap time. I'm so old or something that I just love when people put interesting ones. I love it when you can tell they've thought through how to put them. All right, Ginger Goldilocks mom says, I watched Poop Cruise. I must have brought that up. What a nightmare. Love the videos. Keep up the good work. Okay, if you guys haven't watched on Netflix, there are these shows called, oh shoot, what are they called, you guys? It's oh gosh, I can't believe I can't remember the name. But it's like an umbrella, you know what I mean? Like the show's called something, but they do totally different subjects each, whatever it is, week or month or whatever. And they did one called Poop Cruise, and it was about a, what's the brand? Carnival cruise that got stuck out at sea with no electricity. And so none of their toilets worked. It was kind of crazy and insane. I was like, oh, no. But they also did one that I just watched not that long ago. And it was set in somewhere like Sweden or Denmark or somewhere. And this girl put a birthday party she was going to have on Facebook. And this goes way back, I don't know, like 2010 or something. And she made it public, her birthday party invite. Which part of me is like, come on, any teenager knows if they're making it public, but okay. But then some famous social media person shared it, and it ends up where they're going to have 100,000 people show up at her house for this birthday party. And so the police get involved. It's an interesting story because what they have in the town where they were, they have a mayor, and then they have what's called a night mayor. And the night mayor deals with all the nighttime kind of stuff. And he actually had a very good idea for just, okay, we have all these people coming. Within 5 hours, he figured out setting up a whole kind of impromptu music festival for all these people to go to. But the day mayor was like, no, I don't like that idea. Sorry, I kind of spoiled it. But it's okay. It's still fun to watch and see what happened. Okay. Yeah, that was good. All right. Eric says, could you do a video going over the big spending bill in Congress right now? Love your content. Because of that comment, at first, my initial reaction to that was like, no. I was just like, I'm not going to take the brutality that would come from that. But after looking into it a little, I was like, nah, that's all right. I should do this. And to be honest, I didn't take very much slack for posting that at all. I was surprised. I think, I don't know. People aren't. Back when I did the video where I read, it was a flyer that came to my house. I don't even remember who the group was. But it had the positions of the two candidates for president, and it explained their position. And I read that. I took a lot of flack for that. Which would be, I keep thinking it would be fun to go rewatch that and see, you know, how it, what's the word I'm looking for? Like after the 4 years to go back and see how many promises or whatever were kept. I bet a lot. Okay, anyway, so yes, Eric, I did that one for sure. Let me turn the page. I don't think there were a whole lot of comments. So Grady says, this is so cool. I was in a Dead Poet Society. Yeah, that I just mentioned. I'd call it DPS, Dead Poet Society Club in high school. One of the best memories I have from that time. That's really cool. I wish more high schools would do fun things like that. Love this and thank you for your unique video style. You're welcome. P.S. I just adopted a doggo last week and she's been pretty anxious with the whole situation. Yeah, I hear it takes like over a month for a dog to settle in, and kitty cats do, I think, really. Cats, I think, can get a little quicker, but I've heard that when you adopt a dog. I put your videos on for her. I remember this comment. This made me cry. I put your videos on for her while I'm away from the house, and she's always curled up and calm when I get home. Hello, doggo. I wish I knew her name. I'd shout her out. I think that's so cute. You know, there, and that's all the comments. There's a movie for cats that's on Amazon, and one time on my big, it's not, I don't know, I said big screen, but on my TV, I put that on, and it has like a bird feeder. So you see it kind of like this, and the birds are coming and they eat and then they fly away. And my cat, Larry, not Cooper because he's too bad, but Larry was sitting there watching. I'm like, oh my gosh, he really likes it. And he's watching it. And my TV is like on a TV stand close to the floor. It's not like up on a wall or something. It's like maybe 3 feet off the ground. And all of a sudden he goes, whoop, and he tries to attack the bird on the TV, and the whole TV starts shaking. I'm like, oh no, I had to go run over there and save the day. And then, not that long ago, it must have been the Olympics, or they were just the skating. It was figure skating. I was at my mom's, and her cat, who's like a fancy looking cat, you know, we got her from a shelter, but she looks fancy. And her name is Gigi. So Gigi's sitting there watching the skaters, and one of them's doing like, you know, whatever, triple cow sour, whatever they call it, toe loop. And all of a sudden Gigi jumps and she does a spin, and we're all like, oh my god. Animals are so smart. Anyway, so if you have any comments or questions, next time I do this, I'll read them. I thought maybe I'd try to do it once a month, but we'll see. We'll see how I do. Anyway, I should get back to my So, wow, that's funny. I said I should get back to my gardening, and like the second line of this is, let's read this one. This is by Amy Lowell, who I have heard of. I don't know what this word is. Chinoiseries? Hold on. Let me hold it still. Do you guys know that word? Chinoiseries. I don't know. Reflections. It says, when I looked into your eyes, I saw a garden with peonies and tinkling pagodas and round arched bridges over still lakes. A woman sat beside the water in a rain-blue silken garment. She reached through the water to pluck the crimson peonies beneath the surface. But as she grasped the stems, they jarred and broke into white-green ripples, and she drew out her hand from the water drops. And she drew out her hand. The water drops dripping from it stained her rain-blue dress like tears. Wow. I wonder if we've read this hoarfrost. One time I was in Tennessee and there was an ice storm. It was a snowstorm, but then, I don't know, I guess it got warm enough. I'm not sure how it works, but it kind of melted a little bit and then it froze. So all the trees were not weighted with ice, but just coated in these ice crystal things. And it was so sparkly. It was really an amazing sight. And when they'd move, it would go like, I can't do it. It was like just like ice clinking on ice. It was wild, wild, wild. And I looked it up, or I guess I knew. I don't know. Sometimes, sorry, Cooper's opening the door. Sometimes my brain knows things and I don't know why, but I remember we were standing outside and my sister was there and I said, that's hoarfrost. And she's like, I don't think so. But we looked it up and I think it was. Anyway, but this poem is called Hoarfrost. It says, in the cloud gray mornings, I heard the herons flying. And when I came into my garden, my silken outer garment trailed over withered leaves. A dried leaf crumbles at a touch. But I have seen many autumns with herons blowing like smoke across the sky. Okay. I'll read one more. Falling snow. The snow whispers about me and my wooden clogs. I have to start over. The snow whispers about me, and my wooden clogs leave holes behind me in the snow. But no one will pass this way seeking my footsteps, and when the temple bell rings again, they will be covered and gone. All right, Amy. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Back to gardening. I like this old book. These pages, they're all